guys, welcome! In this video, we'll take a look at all the changes that happened in the episode 6.5 update of Ragnarok M Eternal Love. The update patch was released in the C server yesterday and there are a lot of changes that occurred, some of which were not included in the patch notes. We'll take a look at these new changes as well as some bugs which affected the Minstrel, Wanderer, and Warlock class. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. First up, we have the simplified schedule for weekly events. Kafra Battle, Pouring Battle, and Big Cat UFO Invasion will now happen every Wednesday at 8 to 8:30 p.m. GMT plus 7. Only one of these events will happen every week and these 3 events will be rotated weekly. You can check the event calendar to know which event is happening for that week. Aside from the change in schedule, the rewards for these 3 events are also merged into one store. The new reward currency called Flora Star Coins will be given in each event, and the reward exchange NPC for these events can be found at Frontera Southgate near Kimporing. In addition, MVP Battle event will now be held bi-weekly or once every 2 weeks on Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. GMT plus 7. That means if we'll have MVP Battle this week, then there will be no MVP Battle the following week. Next, the GVG events War of Imperium and War of Crystal have also been simplified. Instead of having WoW every Thursday and Sunday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. GMT plus 7, War of Imperium will now only take place every Thursday from 9 to 9:30 p.m. GMT plus 7. Don't worry though, as all personal rewards and occupation treasure chest rewards are going to be doubled. After a guild reaches perfect defense on any number 1 castle in the first 15 minutes of Thursday WoW, they will be qualified to join War of Crystal on Sunday 9 to 9:30 p.m. GMT plus 7. That means the GVG final battle will now occur at an earlier schedule due to the absence of WoW every Sunday. However, this change will only be effective until February 19, 2020. The devs have decided to revert it back to the regular 1-hour schedule after February 19, 2020 due to the player's request. So we'll only have 5 weeks of shortened War of Imperium schedule. Next, the respawn mechanics of MVPs and minis in the field have been changed. Now, the MVP and mini respawn timer will be fixed at every even number of clock for MVPs and every half a clock for minis. Take note that this is based on GMT plus 7, so if you live in a GMT plus 8 time zone, the respawn time will be every odd o'clock for MVPs. With this change in respawn mechanics, it will be easier to compete with boss hunters, and you won't see just one name dominating the MVP board on a channel. Next, your home can now be expanded to have a bigger floor area. This can be done by finishing the Expand Cottage quest from Uncle Geppetto NPC in Frontera. You'll need 15 9-world rough stone, 200 plateau wood, and 1 million zenny. In addition, there are also new furnitures added with a school classroom theme called Combat Academy series. This means we'll have new attack and magic attack unlock rewards. Finally, with this expansion, we'll no longer have a cluttered room and the bigger floor space will definitely put our interior design skills to the test. Next, Thanatos Tower has 2 additional floors for both Novice and Warrior difficulty. For the 3rd floor, you'll face a Sora Polymer and Warrior Polymer. And on the 4th floor, you'll fight a magic swordsman Thanatos himself. However, there is a bug currently where some players were stuck in the 3rd floor since the gate won't open after hitting the heart. The skills, summons, and drops of the Thanatos Tower can now be viewed using the Traveler's Notes item in your inventory. Next, speaking of Traveler's Notes, this new item can also be used to determine a lot of useful information such as the skills and summons of the MVPs in Niflheim and Lighthalzen, the different methods of spawning star mobs, the elemental weakness table, the size penalty of weapons, and the attributes which can affect the duration and chance of inflicting abnormal status. Next, the final chapter of the Lighthalzen main story quest can now be finished by talking to Wesley NPC in Lighthalzen. This will unlock the new weapon skins which can be claimed from Fracken NPC found here. A side quest called Senior Forever is also now available. Finishing this quest will unlock the Senior Hat head item for cosmetics, Senior Forever toy collection, and a new hairstyle adventure beginning for males, and Forever Promise for females. In addition, there is a new Minstrel quest from Phoebe NPC which will require you to kill 300 Scavenger Marten. Finishing this quest will unlock the crafting of Morpheus Ring and a new hairstyle, Warrior's Heart for males, an original Will hairstyle for females. Next, we have the opening of the first season of 6 vs 6 PvP rank competition. The mechanics of this competitive mode are the same with the PvP Magic Person casual mode. To participate, players must be at least base level 90 and each player can only participate in 10 matches per week. Each ranking season lasts for 1.5 months. Ranking positions are based on high score and are divided into Fighter, Elite, War God, and Legend. The rewards for the first season are as follows. Players who have reached Fighter tier will receive a Mark of Fighter face item, which gives +2 strength, +2 dex, and +2 int. Players who have reached Elite tier will receive the Puppet Knight pet. Players who have reached War God tier will receive 2 headwears. First is the Reaper's Dagger mouth item, which increases movement speed by 3 when the target is killed. This lasts for 10 seconds and can stack up to 5 times. Notably, it has a +6 magic attack deposit reward. The second reward is a God of War banner back item, which gives a warlike buff effect to teammates within an 8-meter radius when wearer takes damage. The warlike buff increases bonus healing by 5% and HP regen by 15% for 10 seconds. Notably, it has a +6 attack deposit reward. Players who have reached Legend tier will also receive 2 headwears. First is the legendary Winged Helm head item, which gives +500 max HP, +4% damage reduction, and another +4% damage reduction for each damage received. This can stack up to 4 times and last for 4 seconds. Notably, depositing this item increases damage dealt to players during PvP and GVG by 1%. The second reward is a legendary Chalice tail item, which gives +500 max HP, +4% magic damage reduction, and another +4% magic damage reduction for each damage received. This can stack up to 4 times and last for 4 seconds. Notably, depositing this item reduces damage taken from players during PvP and GVG by 1%. The top 301 to 600 Legend tier players can obtain the Hot-Headed Cub pet. The top 151 to 300 Legend tier players can obtain the Night Bear pet. The top 150 Legend tier players can obtain the Royal Cub pet. The mount function of these pets will be unlocked after Pet Intimacy reaches level 10. Next, we have the addition of 2 new Revenant or Undead MVPs, Revenant the Tartarus and Revenant Spashire. Revenant the Tartarus, which can be summoned in Glassheim Outskirt, is of Dragon Race, Undead Element, and large size. It drops to the Tartarus the Dead card, which is a very good food gear card for the magic class since you won't get interrupted when chanting. It also increases int by 5 and MPen by 5%. Notably, it has a +12 attack deposit reward and a +2% def unlock reward. As for the headwear blueprint it drops, we have the Dragon Glow back item, which decreases wind, earth, water, fire, and neutral damage taken by 8%. It also increases movement speed by 15% when HP is below 50%. Unlocking this headwear gives +4.5 magic attack. Revenant Spashire, which can be summoned in Clock Tower Basement 1, is of Demi-Human Race, Undead Element, and medium size. It drops a Spashar the Dead card, which is a weapon card that increases max SB by 10% and 500 points. Notably, it has a plus 2% max SB deposit reward. As for the Headwear blueprint it drops, we have the Alchemy Beak face item, which increases damage to demi-human race by 5% and increases demi-human damage reduction by 15%. It also affects the target's demi-human damage reduction by 5% for 3 seconds, and this can stack up to 4 times. Unlocking this headwear gives plus 4.5 attack. Next, we have the addition of 2 new MVP star cards which can be crafted through King Pouring. First is the Thanatos star card, which is an armor card that protects against freeze, increases freeze and poison resistance by 50%, and grants a 33% chance to auto-cast level 20 Heaven's Drive when receiving magic damage. To craft, you'll need 1 Thanatos card, 2,000 gram dust, and 2 million zenny. Notably, it gives a plus 5% poison resistance deposit reward and plus 12 attack unlock reward. The other new card is a Spashar star card. It is a weapon card that grants plus 10% max HP, plus 30 flee, and a plus 5% chance to avoid magic damage. To craft, you'll need 1 Spashar card, 2,000 gram dust, and 2 million zenny. Notably, it has a plus 12 magic attack deposit reward. Next, I'm not sure if this is only a bug, but the level 130 Rachel pet adventure can now be unlocked. Just use free level 130 pets and wait for 4 hours to unlock the new pet adventure maps. You'll receive episode SP loot such as Bloody Prayer and Remains. However, the new level 126 and level 128 maps cannot still be used as evidenced by these. In addition, the time for Pet Adventure to finish has been fixed from 1 hour before to 30 minutes now. Next, some weapons will now have additional tier upgrades and synthesis such as the bass guitar for Minstrels, which can now be upgraded to tier 2 and synthesized to Lyra using the following materials. The Chimeti Whip for Wanderers, which can now be upgraded to tier 2 and synthesized to the Synth King using the following materials. And lastly, we have the Spell Book of Ice for Sorcerers, which can now be upgraded to tier 2 and synthesize the Frost Book using the following materials. However, there is a bug right now where the damage of Severe Rainstorm decreased when using the synthesized whip and guitar. Another bug with the equipment is that the set effect of Crystal Puns with the Wizardry Staff, Robot Cast, and Eye of the Lahan does not activate, so Warlocks have longer cast time for Meteor Storm and Comet. Hopefully the devs will fix this soon. Next, upgrading and enhancing equipment is now faster. For tier upgrades, you can now select how many tiers you want for fast buying materials and upgrading your equipment. As for enhancement, you can now choose to enhance your equipment instantly to max level with a single tap of a button. I guess transferring equipment to your alt characters via storage will be easier with this additional function. Next, the maximum level for Guild Blessing of Goddess is further increased from 30 to 40. If you've been saving up those Guild Praying cards, then now is the time to use them. After reaching Adventurer Class D, a new adventure skill called Rapid Riding can be bought from the NPC in Frontera. You can use this skill to quickly mount or dismount mounts placed in the secondary bar. After checking Auto Riding, the selected mount will be equipped automatically when tapping to go anywhere in the minimap. Next, 2 new card designs are now available from the October Mia NPC in Frontera. These are the Shinra Lotus card and Shinra Royal card. Each design costs 1.98 million zenny and can be used by the Merchant and Supernovice class. Next, items can now be added to a second item bar by going to the bag and clicking the number 1 in the item bar. After adding items to the second item bar, you can now directly access these items by clicking the arrow up in the first item bar. This function will definitely be helpful for PvP and GVG. Next, you can now select who among your growing friends list you really want to follow by using the follow function. Just tap on the heart-shaped follow button, select the friends you want to follow, and click the check mark icon to save. You can now see all the friends you followed by going to the Heart tab. Next, the mentor system has been optimized for faster claiming of rewards. When your students finish adventure tasks, the Great Mentor's licenses obtained will be stored in the reward box available for claiming by one tap. However, those exceeding the weekly limit will not be stored in the reward box. Do take note that the unclaimed rewards will be erased every Monday at 5 o'clock GMT plus 7. Next, contributing to the guild has been optimized. Now it is easier to donate since you can select how many orders you want for fast buying materials and also for donating in just one tap. Next, you can now view the details of other guilds in your channel even if you're already in a guild by using the guild hall function. So now it will be easier to check if your channel has visiting guilds who might attack your castle during WoW. Next, NPCs now have a portrait art when talking to them, which gives them more life. Lastly, going to the Pouring Island is now easier since you can directly access it by going to the Pouring NPC beside the music box in Frontera Southgate. Alright, so far we've gone through the changes in the recent episode 6.5 patch in the C server. I hope this video was helpful in keeping you guys updated on what's new in the game. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this video. If you're new here, I would love for you to consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.